All right, let's take a look at what 17.45% is as a decimal. 17.45 per 100 is the same as 0.1745, where when we multiply by tens, we move the decimal place to the right, and when we divide by factors of 10, we move the decimal place to the left. Here as well, in 0.05, we have that it's percent per 100. Now move your decimal place 2 places to the left, get 0.0005. Write 2.45 as a percent. So here, what you're doing is you're isolating your hundredths place, and those are the numbers that become your percent. So here we have percent, and here we have hundredths location, right? Again, to write a decimal as a percent, you want to focus in on your hundredths decimal place value and bring that value in front of your decimal. Include your symbol that stands for percent, per 100th, per 100. Now let's practice using the percent equation. Here we have what is 15% of 60. In this example, you can just enter this into your calculator and you have the result of 9. What is 15% of 60? 9 is 15% of 60. In the second problem, we have 18 is 24% of what number? So 18 is 24% of what? If we call the question a variable, now we can work on isolating the variable. So we can divide both sides by 0.24 to find out what y is. 18 divided by 0.24 is 75. 18 is 24% of what number? 18 is 24% of 75. 96 is what percent of 320? Here we have 96 is what percent of 320? Again, we can turn our question mark into a variable. Now we can divide both sides by 320. Because what we're looking at now is we've isolated y on one side, and we need to divide 96 by 320, which gives us 0.3 from the calculator. But again, the percent is us focusing on the hundredths location, right? So we have an implied 0 there. So this is 30%. 96 is what percent of 320? 96 is 30% of 320. Now we're going to take a look at using the percent of change equation. Where the percent of change equals the new amount minus the old amount divided by the old amount. In this problem we have the population in Florida increased from 16 million in 2000 to 19.9 million in 2015. What was the percent of change of Florida's population over these 15 years? If we look at some of our keywords, we have that we went from 16 million, from then is the old amount in 2000 to 19.9 million, which is 2 indicates our new amount. So we'll plug these numbers into our equation. We get 19.9 for our new amount and 16 for our old amount, and we divide by the old amount. What we're left with is 3.9 million when we take 16 million away from 19.9 million, and then we divide by 16 million. Notice our units cancel, so we just have 3.9 divided by 16, which is 0.2437. The question is about the percent, right? Percent, so you look at the hundredths place, you bring that information to the left of the decimal point and include your percent symbol. So what was the percent of change of Florida's population over these 15 years? There was a 24% increase. Increase because it's a positive number, not a negative number. According to the Federal Reserve, from 2000 to 2016, the average price of a new home in the United States increased by 82% to $297,000. To the nearest thousand, what was the average price of a new home in the year 2000? All right, this is another example of the percent of change equation. So the percent of change is the new amount minus the old amount divided by the old amount. And what we do know is there was an increase of 83%. So writing that in decimal form, 83 per 100, 83 hundredths, right? And we increased to $297,000. So when we increase to something, this is actually our new amount. So we'll put in our 297,000 minus the old, which is some unknown quantity we'll call y, divided by that unknown quantity we'll call y. So note to self, y equals old. Now what we have, if we multiply both sides by y, we get 0.83 y equals $297,000 minus y. And if we add y to both sides, eliminating it from this side, we get 1 plus 0.83, so 1.83y is $297,000. Dragging the units along so I don't make a mistake. And now what we're going to do is divide both sides by 1.83 so that we can isolate y. So y is in thousands of dollars, the quantity 297 divided by 1.83, which rounded to the nearest thousand is $162,000. So what was the average price of a new home in the year 2000? The average price of a new home was $162,000.